Welcome to Conversations with Mr. A. This is your host, Anthony Abastilla, school counselor here at Chimicum Junior and Senior High. I'll be interviewing students, staff, community members, outside community members, hoping to provide them a voice to share their perspectives and insights. Hey, this is Mr. A. So we're just going to do a very quick introduction here. So this interview taking place the last day of school here at Chimicum, same time that student Gerald Lindsey was at the Washington Youth Academy, and they had their commencement ceremony. And so this took place right after I surprised him with his high school diploma. So you'll hear more details with this episode. Let's get to the episode right now. Welcome to another edition with Conversations with Mr. A. So wow, we just got through the last day of school, and we got a very, very special guest. I want to explain the circumstances. I have Gerald Lindsey with me. He just finished the Washington Youth Academy. He didn't know this, but I had his high school diploma ready. So as soon as he got here from the academy, just about 30 minutes ago, we had a surprise party for him and surprised him with his diploma. And so for me personally, that was one of the proudest moments of my entire school counseling career. Gerald, thank you so much for being here and taking the time.
Thank you for having me, and I really appreciate everything you've done for me and giving me the opportunities that you have.
Thank you. So, okay. So for starters, let's talk about the Washington Youth Academy. Can you tell our listeners who may not be familiar what the Washington Youth Academy is all about?
The Washington Youth Academy is a program for credit-deficient kids that need credits like fast, and they give you 8 credits in just a span of 5.5 months that you would go and live at the campus on site, and 4 days of school, and you have 3-day weekends, but it's not type of weekends you would think about.
I would imagine that they kind of kept you there for a long period of time.
Yes, sir. We stayed for about 5.5 months living in the barracks and going to chow. We have set schedules at chow. We wake up at 4:45, go to bed at 8:45. And our schedule is all planned out for us throughout the day, so we stay busy.
How many minutes of shower time did you get?
You got 30 seconds to get undressed, 2 minutes to shower, so 30 seconds to get dressed. So in total, 3 minutes.
Woo! I can only imagine how it must have felt for you the first week.
The first week was rough for me. I didn't want to be there much longer. I was willing to do anything to get home, but as time went on, I kept getting better, and I kept staying with it. So in the long run, it was all worth it.
So I'm just curious. Well, I know the story, but for our listeners, how did you end up at the Washington Youth Academy in the first place?
Well, I used to be a good kid in school. I used to do everything, but I started skipping out of school, doing my own thing. Started just not being like in the right headspace and just not going to school, skipping classes. So I pretty much dropped out my junior year I dropped out, and then after that I came back to school and they told me I wasn't going to graduate on time, and I started finding any way I could graduate on time. And the Edgenuity is a good way, but it's not the way that I was doing it, because I would say I'm doing my Edgenuity, but I wasn't.
Just for our listeners out there, what's Ingenuity?
Edgenuity is a program online school to where you would get credits faster pretty much by finishing classes. But I was doing it online, so I wouldn't actually be doing it because nobody would be telling me to do it. So that's how I got into the academy.
Got it. Who told you about the academy?
Mr. Abastilla did. He used to work there.
Oh, I've heard that guy before sometime. So after getting through the first week, because I know you said it was hard. You didn't want to be there. A lot of adjustments. Throughout the 5.5 months you were there, how was the experience like overall?
There's one that I will definitely not forget, because only people that will ever experience that is the people that were there with me or the people that are willing to go there. So
now, with the other people you were there, my understanding is you had to share the area with 50 other people?
51 other people.
51 other people. Where were they from?
Some were from Yakima, some were from Seattle, some were from Tri-Cities, and there was a couple from Vancouver.
So all over the state of Washington.
Yes, sir.
Was it hard to get along with them?
A little bit. At the beginning, it was really rough because you got so many different personalities mixing into one, and just turned out to be bad. And then as the cycle went on, we started liking each other, started hanging out more, started talking, and just started bonding more.
Awesome. Now, can you tell me a little bit about the staff over there? I know there's people they call cadre, which are I don't want to call them drill sergeants, but they were staff there. Can you describe what they do, what their roles were?
The cadre, we call them sergeants because there's sergeant, master sergeant, and then our LT lieutenant. But they pretty much just they make you go throughout the day, have your day planned down, make sure you're doing everything you need to do with academics, your physical fitness, your health and hygiene, and your DNC and esprit de corps.
Got it. So I'm just wondering for your personal thoughts. How would you compare the Washington Youth Academy to the traditional high schools? Like, what are some of the differences?
Well, one of the differences is like the Washington Youth Academy, you would live on campus for 5.5 months, not having no contact with no family or nothing. You only have letters to write, and every Sunday you get one phone call for 10 minutes.
Was that hard?
Yes, it was very hard.
Oh.
It was hard.
10 minutes, one phone call, only on Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, so here's another question. So for potential students, I heard you've got to be ages 16 to 18 to join the Washington Youth Academy. What advice would you give just people in general, kids ages 16 to 18, if they want to join the Washington Youth Academy? What would you tell them?
If you were to join the Washington Youth Academy, I would say just stay on track and try to stay on the cadre's good side, because if you're on the cadre's good side, good things come to you. And if you're just that one cadet that does everything over exceeds, then it'll help you in the long run, because there's been cadets that have gone to baseball games with us and like stuff like that. It's just really nice if you stay on the cadre's good side.
We got to go to baseball games?
Yeah, I went to Rainier baseball games, Coleman Rainiers.
Nice. So what happens if you get on the the cadre's bad side?
You'll be pushing a lot, that's for sure, doing a lot of exercises that you don't need to do, or you go to the shoe. The shoe is this little square box, about 5 feet wide, really tall, and you just sit there in silence with nothing to do.
That I can't imagine how that was like. That must have been
me too. I've never been there, but
oh gosh, the shoebox. Wow. So, we were talking about the staff, the cadre. I know you had teachers. There was case managers. I'm just curious, which staff, who helped you the most while you were at the academy?
There was two that really helped me the most, Sergeant Barker and Sergeant Martinez.
Well, how so? What did they do that helped you?
They gave you life lessons throughout the day, like stuff like Sergeant Martinez, if you leave your locker unlocked in the morning when you went to PT, he would open it and roll out all your clothes and throw them on the ground. And then when we come back inside, he would smoke us and then give us like examples of how that could affect us in the real world.
What does smoke is?
Smoke means whenever you have to push really like a lot or do any other exercise like the leg tuck and twist.
Oh, geez. Wow. So, well, now, of course, you have the freedom to kind of wake up when you want, take showers when you want, maybe a little bit longer. What are the challenges that do you foresee that going to be facing now?
Keeping a set routine, just staying on track with what I need to be doing and not falling back into the same habits that I had whenever I left.
Which was the same habits such as?
Not doing what I need to do and doing things that I should not have been doing.
Okay. What are your future plans now that you're done with the academy? Well, the residential phase, sorry.
Well, I'm currently going to go apply at the paper mill and try to get a job there for a little bit. And then after all this for a little bit, I'm going to go apply into the Navy.
Wow. Are you thinking about going 4 years, 8 years, 12, 20?
4 years is what I'm going to start out with. And if I like it enough, then I'm going to extend my contract.
All right. Now, good luck with that.
Thank you.
That's awesome. So, okay. Just like I said in the very beginning of this podcast, one of my proudest moments for me in my school counseling career was surprising you with that diploma. Can you tell our listeners, I know you've told me that diploma means so much to you. Can you explain why that diploma is so important to you, high school diploma?
The diploma means so much to me because, for one, I'm one of the first people in my family to graduate high school. And that's one of the main reasons that pushed me so hard to finish the academy so I could get this diploma. And I personally thought I was going to come back and still need 1 or 2 credits left. But whenever I came into the gym and they surprised me with everything, I was really shocked and I was happy.
It's funny because the staff knew about it, the academy staff knew about it, your family knew about it, I just didn't want you to know about it. So that was the tricky part. I didn't want
Yeah, I
that.
shook the director's hand and she told me that there's a surprise waiting for me back home, and I said, "What?"
I'm pretty sure you were thinking too. Once you're done with commencement ceremony, you're thinking, okay, I can go home. Why do I got to come back to the school?
Yeah.
That was the plan. That was definitely the plan. So, okay, so hey, let's do a little bit of word associations. We're almost done. I'm going to throw you some words, maybe one or two words, and just tell me your immediate thoughts that comes to mind. So everybody knows this running gag joke here at the high school, how much I hate pickles. So the first word I'm going to go with is pickles.
Just pickles.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Discipline.
Discipline, setting a good amount of bearing and just showing others that you can sit there without doing nothing like wrong or in the moment or anything.
Okay. Sports.
Sports, football.
Awesome. Relationships.
Being in good standings with relationships, maintaining your 50 part in the relationship. It goes 50-50.
Okay. Responsibilities.
Taking responsibilities for your actions.
Okay. Life changes.
Life changes, just changing your life the way you need to do it for the better, just to better yourself and the people around you.
Awesome. High school graduate.
Just graduating high school. Being
Yeah.
proud of yourself.
Yeah. Washington Youth Academy.
The Washington Youth Academy is a very, I wouldn't say fun, but it's fun. It got its differences, that's for sure.
Understood. Chimacum community.
The Chimacum community is a very nice community that helps me out throughout everything and gave me the support that I needed to just accomplish the needs that I need to do.
Okay. Rap music.
Just good music.
All right. Go. Country music.
It's good music too.
Okay. Disco music.
I don't know about that one.
That's okay. Okay. How about romantic movies?
They're okay.
All right. Horror or slasher movies.
I love horror and slasher movies.
Okay. Action-packed movies.
Those are fun too.
Okay. And let's go for one more. How about cartoons?
Cartoons. I love watching cartoons. Cursed Cowardly Dog is one of my favorite cartoons.
Right on. So, okay. So, as we close, I just want to say any final words that you want to tell our listeners?
Just thank you for all the support that the community and everyone's given me, and I appreciate it all.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, Gerald. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
And that concludes this week's episode of Conversations with Mr. A, featuring Gerald Lindsey. And so, just to give the final recap with everything, I'm truly proud of what Gerald accomplished. If you guys can picture it, again, 5.5 months at the Washington Youth Academy. So he was there from January to June. And so he was away from family and friends. He had to stay there. As he said in the interview, gosh, you're talking about 2-minute showers, 30 seconds to get dressed, 30 seconds to get prepared. And so it was a challenge. It's not easy. But he made it through, and I'm immensely proud of him. And so one of the beauties of the whole thing is he had no idea I had the high school diploma ready for him. Put his credits together, his checks together. All he knew, I told him vaguely that there might be a party for him after he finished the academy. So the commencement ceremony was today, the last day of school, the same time as the last day of school. And so the plan I had for him was invite him over here, or actually have his family bring him here to the party. And he was thinking on the way home, oh man, I'm tired. I want to go home. Why are we coming here? And they were telling him, hey, Mr. A wants to see you. It's like, okay, what's going on? And so again, he had no idea the party was coming, and he had no idea about the diploma. And so that's what made everything great. I meant what I said. It's probably, for me, one of the biggest highlights of my entire school counseling career, and I mean that. And so, hey, also as I speak, we just got through the last day of school. So Chimacum students, thank you for this school year. It's definitely been an honor. We're going to do one more episode next week. And so we're going to close out the season with one more episode. So stay tuned. Thank you for listening, and we will talk to you soon.